The same folks who believed that Barack Obama faked his 2 birth certificates, who was a secret Muslim, while being married to Michelle Obama, who they claimed was really born a man, and who used the Ebola virus outbreak to kill white people, while Bill and Hillary Clinton were the masterminds of a child trafficking ring being ran in the basement of a pizza parlor. At the same time, Joe Biden was orchestrating and leading a massive organized international crime syndicate while also suffering from dementia and not knowing where he was, are the same types of people who blindly worship Trump and don't believe he's leading any cover-up of the Epstein files, despite the indisputable facts that Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files more than one other person, Jeffrey Epstein. He's on video bragging about sexually assaulting women, boasting about walking into female dressing rooms at teen pageants with multiple women confirming that he did this, that he cheated on all of his wives, once spoken about his infant daughter's breast size, and agreed with Howard Stern that, quote, she's a nice piece of ass, and said that, quoting again, perhaps, if she weren't her daughter, he'd be dating her. Has had a well-documented relationship with Epstein for over 15 years. Invited Epstein to his weddings. Flew on Epstein's planes at least 8 times. Once encountered a girl who was no older than 10 or 12 at the time and said he'd be dating her in 10 years. Has been accused by well over 20 women of sexual assault. One ruling found them liable for sexual abuse. Is married to a woman who's young enough to be his daughter. Has called the Epstein files a hoax and said that people, and I quote, need to move on from it. Has been accused by one woman of sexual assault who told the FBI that she was 13 when the assault happened. Had an affair while she was married to his current wife. Had the adult actress sign an NDA where he paid her $130,000 for her silence, then denied all of it despite indisputable evidence that she was under an NDA and was paid that sum of money. They refuse to believe that Trump has done anything wrong or was involved in any kind of cover-up, despite everything I've just listed here being 100% indisputably true. And I didn't even mention other aspects tied all the way to Epstein, such as the FBI having its workers spend thousands of combined man hours combing through the files for any mention of his name. The fact that Pam Bondi told them weeks before they were announced they were ending the investigation that his name was mentioned in the files. The fact that when they decided to release the files, they picked a holiday weekend when most Americans were distracted, and the fact that Trump has attacked 2 nations and done just about everything he can do to distract us all from this since the DOJ hit the deadline during the holidays to release the files, which they still haven't obeyed from that order as of yet. So, the people who believe all these insane conspiracies about the Obamas and the Clintons and the Bidens with almost no credible evidence to support any of it are the same people who ignore all the indisputable facts I have just listed about Donald Trump, that paint him as a textbook example of a sexual predator, possibly of underage children, yet they refuse to believe he has had anything to do with any of that, or he ordered the Department of Justice to do whatever they can to cover up these files. And this is why I've said we need a different level of insanity. Because there's legitimate insanity. Someone hears and cannot function within society without being a danger to themselves and others. Then there's people who function within our society, work jobs, have families, socialize with friends, yet will flat out deny any fact or reality that don't support what they want to believe is true, which is, in my opinion, another form of insanity. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.